Good morning, Dubai. Welcome back to the Lovin Dubai show, where we go through all of the trending stories in Dubai. Today, our top story there is a jobs alert. Etihad is hiring in Dubai today, and the queues are out the door.
And we'll also be talking about a Dubai resident was charged 40,000 dirhams in court for wounding a dog.
A strawberry supermoon will be visible over Dubai.
And residents have come together to save the last surf beach in Dubai by collecting cigarette filters.
So we asked Instagram a couple of minutes ago what was different between Simran and I, and let's just say I rolled out of bed and Simran also rolled out of bed this morning. I had a drama getting here, but you don't have a drama as your excuse.
Oh, no. So basically, the conversation started with me going like, Casey, how's my coat?
That was her question, how's my coat? I was like, your coat's fine. Interesting summer apparel, but it's fine.
You know, it's nice, light, easy, breezy, easy to wash. And then I reveal, because we know how, actual coats are they're not easy to wash at all. You have to give it for dry cleaning. Coats. Yeah, so anyway, then I revealed that this is actually my PJ.
That she's worn to bed a number of times, but not last night.
No, not last night. It's washed and it's nice and clean. It's not like I just rolled out of bed with this on.
But it was on inside out.
It was on inside out, yeah, because it's like black. I couldn't tell. I was in a rush in the morning. But anyway, I feel like if this was sold in Zara...
Can you do a little stroll up and down so people can model?
No, this is all you get.
This is all you get. It's cool. So it's not a Zara purchase?
No, but I promised you if they sold this in Zara or any of the retails, people would actually get it and wear it as a coat.
How fancy is Simran to have a night coat?
It's not a night coat. It's literally a night dress.
Oh!
You just button it up. It's not a night coat.
I thought you had a house coat.
Let's talk about your situation, Casey. Tell us what's up.
Well, my alarm went off. I don't know at what point it went off, but it went off an hour later that it was meant to go off. So woke up at the time I was meant to be in the office. I was still in bed, which gives me major
anxiety.
Oh gosh, I was like
palpitating. Oh no!
Out of bed, and then I don't know about you, but Sunday evening routine. It's candles. It's washing your face. It's it's face masks. You put in a hair mask. So put my hair mask in, ready, all set to wash it out this morning. No time.
No time.
So this is
your hair with the mask on?
Yeah, the hair with the mask on. It's greasy and it looks like I've been to the gym.
Honestly, this is when some people are just gifted. Because if I came in with a mask, my hair would be in clumps. You
would just tie it up the same way.
I would not look like that. You still look, you look good, okay? The rest of us would come in with clumps and I don't know, hairs just bulking together and stinking and looking weird. But I don't know, you can pull it off.
Well, speaking of people who need to look presentable on the job, I don't know how Simran and I get away with it, is crew. And there is a jobs alert today. Etihad is hiring if you want to travel the world and work with one of the best airlines in the world. Today is the day. There are queues out the door. Etihad Airways is hiring and you can get your CVs in. They're actually looking for 1,000 people across the business in roles such as communications, cargo and also crew. And they're taking CVs today at Dusset Thani, but you need to ask fast.
So they're looking for 1,000 people across the business. They have roles in airport, communications, cargo, crew, and more. So more details on each specific role on their website. And we saw the footage of people just standing in queues outside Dusset Thani this morning. And the queue started from 5 a.m. and it is insane. Like, I totally see the interest in like positions to do with airline positions to do with Etihad and Emirates, of course, because they're very appealing jobs, attractive jobs, and the job offer, the packages are also very nice.
Did you grow up watching Catch Me If You Can?
Catch Me If You Can.
The Leonardo DiCaprio movie,
Yeah.
and you would just see, like, so he was the pilot, and then his crew, like, they were just like, I guess these mainly female girls who just like live their best lives, like traveling around to different places, and you're growing up thinking, wow, I could travel the world if I'm a crew. But now you can, because the jobs are available. And Etihad basically says that their crew are global citizens who share a passion for caring for our guests. And they usually surpass guests' expectations and inspire through innovative hospitality and ensure onboard safety. So if that is you, get your CV down to the Dusatani today. There's queues out the door. They have 1,000 roles available, so across the company.
Do we know till what time? Because
we do not.
I'm gonna take a break right after the show, my lunch break.
I didn't want to bring up
my height.
I didn't want to bring it up, Simran. I wasn't going to bring up crew requirements. But since you came,
I feel like they may make.
She brought it up.
I feel like they may even make an exception for just amazing work ethics.
Okay, minimum of 21 years of age at time of application.
Yes, of course.
What age are you?
We don't need to know that. I'm just above 21.
Okay, minimum height 165 centimeters.
166. So yes.
Is this a Simran lie? It's hard to know at this point. With an arm reach of 212 centimeters.
Yeah. Yep.
Fluent in
My
English,
reach is good.
written and spoken.
Are you questioning me on that?
She's got it. She's got it. Here, take your lunch break. Take a long one. It's fine. You have a passion for travel and adventure. I've seen your travel stuff. You love it. Ensure onboard safety and following all procedures. Excellent personal presentation, style, and image. I'm going to keep my day job. So guys, Etihad is hiring today. If you want to work with one of the world's best airlines, get your CV into them.
Not the one with mask in my hair, but yes, go on.
I know, I was taking it out of both of us. There's more information on Etihad careers, so you can get all of it there.
Yep, and we'll move on to our next story. A Dubai resident was charged $40,000 in court for wounding a dog. So the entire ordeal started when a 32-year-old man was chasing his runaway cat on the street and came across his neighbor, a 19-year-old boy who was walking his dog. Now, the man heard the teenage boy tell his dog that the cat was afraid of it. Now, this upset the 32-year-old man, and that resulted in a violent fight to break out between the two pet owners, and the teenage boy was shoved and his jacket and shirt tore off. Now, the fight took a negative toll on the dog, who ran away for 24 hours before returning home in a state of complete distress.
This story has actually gone to the courts, and according to the boy's lawyer, Mohammed Najib, the dog refused to eat or drink and then had to be rushed to a veterinary clinic. So following this, a case was filed in the Dubai Civil Court where the cat owner was ordered to pay 40,000 dirham in compensation along with legal fees of 1,000 dirham. So this incident serves as a reminder to pet parents to treat your animals and your neighbours with respect.
Honestly, I just don't get this, like, how this escalated so fast, as in you're whispering, telling your dog something, you're telling your pet something, and they can't understand, nor can they reply back. It's like you're just saying it, for the sake of just, I don't know, like how you talk to your dogs, like the communication.
So run through exactly what happened between the guy and the cat owner and the dog owner.
So apparently from this story, the man was chasing his cat who ran away from the house. And then he comes across, so apparently there have been more altercations with this neighbor and the man, like before as well. So this is the second situation to happen in a year, like a conflict between the two of them. So anyway, so when he was chasing his cat, he saw his neighbor walking his dog, the teenage boy, and the teenage boy was telling his dog, like, oh, the cat is scared of you. The cat is scared of you. I don't know, like that's from what the reports say, that's the conversation that took place. And him saying that to his dog really upset the 32-year-old man. And then there was just beef between the two, and he shoves the boy, and then his jacket tears off and all those things. Wow. And then the dog runs away. It's, I don't know, I feel like it's a very slapstick comedy situation.
Serious escalation. I'm in a number of Facebook groups for pet parents in Dubai, and you never, like, animals are like our kids, right? So whatever, like, however you treat an individual, you need to treat that individual's animal the same way. Potentially the animal is in training, or potentially the animal has anxiety, or potentially, like, there's lots of potentials that you don't know. So I would always, unless you've asked for permission, you actually shouldn't go towards a dog and try to, or a cat, and try to kind of like pet it or say hi to a cute dog, because you've no idea what's going on with that animal.
Exactly. You're saying this out of experience? Did you have any such situation?
No specific, no individual. But if you were, I just know that, let's say my Goosey, she has anxiety.
Oh, my Goosey.
My Goosey has anxiety. And she, so we weren't fantastic at training her. Like, we tried to do all the right trainings, but we weren't great. But when you're walking your baby goose who has anxiety and needs training, you need to be very, very careful, and she shouldn't be allowed to, like, approach other dogs. But that's an aside story, but you should always treat people's animals as though they are people, because they would expect that from you.
Very true. And I think you made such a great point about just asking for permission before you pet someone's animal, pet someone's pet, I guess.
Yeah, never approach a dog and you're like, oh, a cute dog. No, that dog could be in training, and you going forward could put that dog backwards, because you just don't know. And you could also be approaching a dog who's scared of you, and that dog could lash out because of the way you've approached it.
Exactly. Like when my dogs used to be with me, like my Maltese, he had a very bad experience as a puppy with a small baby who would just like pull his hair and pull his ears. So then he's just developed that phobia around kids, and anytime a kid would just go to pet him, he would just like start barking and like just go to bite the kid. But like anyway, it's like you said, you need to ask for permission, so even the pet parent can kind of calm the dog down if you want to pet it and all those things. But in this situation, it wasn't like a case of petting, or it wasn't a case of like approaching the dog. It was something very different. But yeah, it was a very quick escalation.
Next story, a story that we have seen a number of, but it's always good to be aware, because we have an absolutely beautiful landscape around us, and a strawberry supermoon will be visible over Dubai this week. So get your telescopes out this Tuesday. The strawberry supermoon will grace UAE skies. So the upcoming supermoon is one of 4 that the UAE skies will witness this year, including one that actually already happened May 16th.
So this amazing phenomenon is rare, as it only happens when the moon is at the closest point to Earth in its orbit, which is why it appears larger than normal to the human eye. And that is so cool. Like, those into astronomy will just find this so fascinating. And there are so many clubs in Dubai, like the Astronomy Club, where you can actually go and check it out in person. And they have telescopes, you can gaze into the skies. And of course, head out into the desert, like where there is no pollution, no city lights to interfere with your stargazing.
The Astronomers Club will usually give a location for people to meet, and it's going to be this Tuesday. So the average distance for the moon to the Earth is usually 384,000 kilometers around. But this year's strawberry supermoon will be at a distance of 357,000 kilometers, so it's that bit closer.
Ooh.
And that's why it's going to look so cool. So all of those photos that we have beside us on Facebook, they're not photoshopped. Like, Dubai photographers, like, they'll be waiting at that specific point when it's going to pass the Burj Khalifa, like, but like, it does happen. Like, we have amazing celestial gazing opportunities where we are. Every now and then there's like shooting stars or amazing moons, and they're super phenomenal. Like, even just a full moon, sometimes I'm in certain places in Dubai, I'm just like, wow. But this strawberry supermoon is going to be another level beyond that, because the moon is going to be that much closer to Earth. So get your telescopes out on Tuesday if you want to check it out.
Why strawberry moon and not blood moon? You know what I mean?
Well, blood moon is separate, I believe. So maybe this is more of a pink hue.
Pink
I can't
hue,
say that word.
And then that's red.
Hue. A pink hue.
That sounds about right. You know what? Fake it till you make it.
Pink hue.
Yep. Sounds about right.
Yep.
You know, even when it's a blood moon, you can't really tell. It comes off as a pink hue. Or it comes off as like a very different shade, but orange, not even red.
So you're saying you can't tell the difference, but maybe an astronomer might.
Oh, well, I'm not an astronomer, of course. There you go.
Crew first, Lovin Dubai host second.
Okay.
Oh, wait.
What's that, the height? Anyway, residents have come together.
Next story.
Next story it is. Residents have come together to save the last surf beach in Dubai by collecting cigarette filters. Now, there is nothing like the Dubai community when something is in need of aid. The flock of conscious residents will be there and try their best no matter what. Now, there's the last surf beach in Dubai, and beachgoers are coming together to create a movement to save this beach along with other like-minded individuals. So what's the mission? Saving the last surfing beach in Dubai, one cigarette filter at a time.
Straight. Cigarette filters may be tiny, but be warned, they are lethal, environmentally lethal, that is. So Earth Day says that cigarette butts or filters make up most of the plastic waste in the world. Now think about that, that is gross. About 4.5 trillion individual butts pollute this planet's environment.
Now that's a huge number, and not a lot of people are aware that these butts are primarily made of plastic, not cotton or paper.
I was not aware.
You didn't know?
I didn't know.
Oh. Well, you learn something new every day.
True.
Cigarette filters can take up to 10 years to completely disintegrate. However, the chemicals released in these butts themselves can stay in the environment for far longer than the filter's life itself.
But this was a super cool community volunteering initiative this weekend. Between 50 and 70 volunteers managed to clean up 40,000 cigarette filters on the beach by the Burj Al Arab in 45 minutes. That's got to be a record. But this isn't the final set of numbers. The community that's helping take part in this keeps growing and is always looking for more volunteers.
Yeah, so all you have to do is DM Marta_sustainable on Instagram to take part in the curricular economy program.
Have they a sieving technique?
I mean,
that's a big number of butts in 45 minutes.
That's when there's a will, there's a way.
I took part in a beach cleanup in Dubai a year or two ago, and it was down on a beach that's actually closed to the public. So it's a environmentally preserved area, a nature conserve.
Okay.
Which means it doesn't have the kind of human basic pollution that you might see from like people going to the beach every weekend. Mm-hmm. This is just pollution from waves coming in and out. And my Lord, did we find so much. Like we were there for I guess like an hour and a half. Everyone came back with bags and bags of stuff. It was just so shocking for a beach that's cleaned regularly. So these types of cleanups happen there week on week. No humans there polluting, but it's just the waste that comes in from the waves. And we literally collected you couldn't carry the stuff back to our kind of like main meeting point. It was just crazy, and it was all plastics, so much beauty waste. I couldn't even find cigarette butts actually, because that's probably ingrained in the sand, but tarpaulins, just crazy.
Humans are disgusting.
Yeah.
I mean, the moral of the story is just stop smoking, quit smoking altogether. But if you can't at least dispose of your cigarettes properly, the number of people, it is so revolting. They smoke and then they just stamp out their cigarettes on the street. No regard to the environment, no regard to animals, no regard to strays. Why are you looking around? Am I off on a rampage? Throw it in the dustbin. It's especially in Dubai, there are dustbins every couple of kilometers. It's not like you really have to scout to find a rubbish bin. No, it's not the case in Dubai. So, I mean, just take that little effort and throw it in the bin,
Speaking of throwing it in the bin, and then earlier we were speaking about the desert, that's one main thing. There's specific places in Dubai that I've noticed, when you go out to the desert and there's an area that's quite near Al Qudra. Mm-hmm. I did a desert pickup there actually with Adidas Run for the Deserts a while ago, and oh my God, there's some amount of waste. And if you're going out and leave anything the way you found it, I think we all obviously must be guilty, because I feel like I leave everything the way I found it, but at the same time, the amount of waste that you find, we must be unknowingly leaving stuff behind. But some people are leaving their barbecues behind. They're leaving their bottles and their food waste and the packages from the night before and their coffee cups that they're flinging out the window, and you're like, wow, that's not great.
That's so true. And you know what? In Dubai, at least it's better. People have a conscience here, right? But when you go back to your own country, I think we've mentioned this so many times, you just see how ridiculous mindsets are, because it's like as soon as you're back in your own country, you literally like there's no tomorrow. Like you don't even take a minute to see who does.
We do, or you notice it?
Like I notice it. Like see, when I've grown up here, so of course we have that mindset of like not littering at all and just like, you know, using a waste bin, all those things. But then when I travel back home, or anytime I've traveled even to European countries or anywhere, like on vacation with family or friends, you just notice like mindsets completely change. Like people just go back to, you know, like as if they were never instilled, that was never instilled upon them to like use a waste bin. So it's just like chucking things out the car window, like, you know, just making a mess, like not bothered about the environment or the society or anything. So I think we just have to be so much more mindful of that.
Yeah, and you know, the new initiative coming in on July 1 about charges for plastic bags, like these are all small steps and small reminders to us to be more sustainable. But if you want to take part in those beach cleanups, DM Marta at Sustainable, that's MARTA at Sustainable on IG, to take part in the Circular Economy Programme. We are getting so many DMs in about these jobs. It's with Etihad, so check out Etihad Careers if you want more information. But I would say that is all we have time for on the Lovin Dubai show this morning. Thank you so much for tuning in. Goodbye from me.
Goodbye from me. Casey has to wash her hair, have to change into a proper office attire.
Literally rolled out of bed. Like, I don't even know how I made it here.
Goodbye from me.